What's up, everybody? This is, of course, your dude, the crypto enthusiast, Lightliger here, and today we are going to be talking about Polkadot, which is obviously one of those projects which I'm really bullish on. And it really comes down to one single thing, which is the difference between humans and animals. And humans have something that no animal has, and that is the power of imagination. Being able to see things before they happen. And I've used that ability to see into the potential future of Polkadot, seeing all of these substrate launch, seeing this whole ecosystem come together, and bringing that interoperability into the max. And I can see the immense potential that this blockchain has, and that's why I'm really bullish on it. And for that reason, we are going to be talking about existing and upcoming Polkadot projects, which could be very promising, and I think they're going to be pumping a lot, and these are going to be great money opportunities. So let's get started with our first one, which is called the Polkastarter. And the simple concept, really, Polkastarter is basically a protocol to build the cross-chain token pools and auctions, basically enabling people to launch their tokens. There has been a couple of ones in the past, such as Paid Network, Polka Cover, E-Money Public, Yacht Pools. There's been many. Mahadao is, for example, one of those which has been highly talked about and tented a little. We're actually going to be revisiting in this video Paid and Bridge very soon, because those are also one of the projects which I'm really bullish on. And the Polkastarter ecosystem is pretty great because they have their own token, which is the Polkastarter. I think Pulse is the ticker. And the good value proposition is here that when you stake those Pulse into the system, you will be getting portion of the Polkadot, yes, that is the DOT tokens too, out of the sales that are actually happening on the platform. Top of a lot of other functionalities and features which are integrated into that token, such as governance and etc. And this makes it a very lucrative dividend option. I always like dividend tokens a lot, which are bringing us real value in tokens which have value, and that is Polkadot. So this could be one of those projects which have very a lot of potential down the line. I recommend going through their white paper, but I'm not gonna blab about 10 minutes about every project in this video, otherwise it would be too long. But I do want to say that they have a supply of 51 million, 100 million being the total supply, currently ranked at 275. That is, 51 million. I guess that's kind of like, I mean, it's not like too much. We see a lot of projects with like 1 billion supply, and they are, let's say Uniswap or 1inch token, they are above this price right now. If you would be buying right now, you wouldn't be buying at the actual top. If I remember right, the all-time high is $1.72. The three things what I look at in these projects are as follows, which is the supply, the listings, and the all-time high. I'd never want to buy close to the all-time high. The second thing is the exchanges, where it's listed, and you can see Gate is the biggest exchange out of all of these. I guess Poloniex could be also, but it's not on Binance, it's not on Coinbase, it's not on Huobi, it's not on these very huge exchanges, and that tells us there's a lot more room to grow in terms of price when it's not listed on the top tier 1 exchanges. So that's another metric which is very important, and the supply compared to the actual price, which you have to sometimes compare into existing projects or the ones on top. Obviously, not all projects are going to be having the same valuation. Then we have the Bridge Mutual, which is being launched on Polkastarter. This is decentralized insurance. I've said a couple of times in the channel that insurance is going to be playing a big part this year. That's going to be the new growing trend. I think the oracles, insurance are going to be having their part to play. 2020 was more about DeFi, yield farming, and NFTs. NFTs probably are going to be still relevant this year, but I think insurance and oracles are going to be ones that are going to be, heavily in the play. And there's not many insurance projects out there, so that is one of the reasons why you should be really bullish on. Also, transparent team, that is always really great. Big team actually here. And there's white papers and everything if you want to take a look at it, and massive amounts of partners apparently as well. So venture capital firms, not films, are being partners. So this is going to be going on sale tomorrow. I'm not probably going to be buying on the sale. I'm going to be buying it from the secondary market. I'm very bullish on this project. Next up, we have another insurance based project called Tidal Finance. This is also not currently available. So this is going to be also on Polkadot, and they're going to be having a different types of a system where you can basically get the cover for existing pools, Aave, Uni, Comp, and earn returns on these, provide liquidity and get the best ROI. And you can even create your own apparently. So this is another one. I don't know when they're going to be releasing the Tidal token, but this is going to be another insurance token which you should be really bullish on. It remains to be seen, will Tidal or the bridge be the one that coming out on top, but there's a couple of good partnerships here with Seer Network and Bandot already, and Equilibrium, which we have talked about on the channel in the past. They are also working on Polkadot stuff, and they were previously on EOS and still are. So that's by the way another project which we're not talking about today, which you should be bullish on. Then we have Sora. And Sora is probably going to be the first player in the space to create an AMM DEX on Polkadot. And this is going to be PolkaSwap. This is going to be huge. There's currently already yield farming going on with Sora. And that's something you should definitely watch on my yield farming video from a week ago. And I'm currently accumulating more Sora. It has been doing pretty well. And it's been around in the space, but I think there's going to be a lot more room to grow, especially when they are going to be launching the PolkaSwap. I think it's going to be this year, maybe Q1, and I do believe it's going to be very first token that is going to be, the first AMM DEX on the Polkadot ecosystem among the substrates, and it's going to be very exciting to see it at play and seeing how the function. And Sora has been, doing a lot of other stuff in the past, and it's like, Japanese players behind it. So I'm very bullish on it. And in terms of the price right now and the supply, 350,000. Market cap is 58 million. No, wait. Yeah, 350,000. Or this is a million? No, that's a third of a million. And the all-time high was almost $200. So you are getting like $30 cheaper here than here right now. This is going to be a top 100 coin likely after PolkaSwap launches. You have to think about PancakeSwap. Sorry, not PancakeSwap. SushiSwap, Uniswap, 1inch are all in top 100 right now. And that's how the mentality should be. They're thinking about where are these going to be, these ecosystem tokens. Obviously, Sora has the utility token, and then there's the thing. So it's a bit different with them, but I think that I'm going to be buying a bit more of this in the upcoming days. And also, it's not on Binance yet. It's not on KuCoin. It's on Hotbit. That's the biggest exchange in this list. So there's a lot of exchanges where it would be listed in the future to further grow the actual value of this token. But let's move on. We have another player that has been in the space for some time, which is called the Brobonomics Network. That is to do with AI and real robots, if I understood that right. And robots, very exciting. AI, very exciting. There's a couple of projects which are kind of doing somewhat similar stuff, but this is another one that could be, the IoT, Internet of the, devices, or I don't remember the actual term. But this is another one that I see going up in value, and this is a project that already has GitHub. They have already releases, and we can actually go into the community here and the white paper, where they haven't actually done apparently a lot of these updates in the last years or so, but I do definitely think that there is going to be a lot of boost for the token when you really think about it. Everything rises up together. So when Polkadot goes in price, it usually takes everything with it. And currently it's worth $30. The supply is only 10 million, but the circulating supply is only 1 million. And the all-time high was at $461. So you are literally buying the dip. And let me repeat it again, 10 million is not a big supply. Ranked 354. And obviously it has been in the space for some time now. And, you know, I think there's going to be a room to grow. The yearly gain here has been pretty well. But obviously it has fallen out quite a lot. Like we're 10 times from its all-time high and more. So, I mean, it definitely can go back to $100 at least, I think. So that's why I'm kind of excited about once it's actually be launching. This is going to be a lot more riskier take than the other ones that we have talking about today. But once again, this is one of those ecosystem tokens on Polkadot, which I think has room to grow in terms of the price. Now, the final project we're going to be talking about is Paid, which was also launched on Polkastarter. And basically what they are doing is some type of attorney system where they kind of like streamline and erase the middleman and allow you to kind of create DeFi-powered smart agreements, which are kind of used in a legal sense. And that's kind of like a very ambitious project. I think there's a lot more interest on getting affordable legal help altogether. And there's also one thing I really like about the tokenomics is the token burn. So there's going to be actual transaction fees which are going to be burned, so the supply will be getting lower and lower and lower. And by staking these tokens, you will be getting revenue. You will get revenue from the DYOR projects, which are basically going to be dropped into the people who have basically staked their paid tokens. And then there's fees on arbitration, and there's also an actual team behind it, which has faces. So that's pretty good. Now, the supply is half a billion. That's a lot. But then again, in the end of the day, it is deflating currency. And there is going to be, maybe it's a bit overvalued, but then again, there are billion supply tokens which are above this price. But I think because of the deflation for the long term, it's going to be, going higher. Obviously, the all-time high was at 51 cents. So you're not buying exactly at the top, but you're kind of in, close to the top. So I maybe would wait a bit with Paid and see how it's going to be turning out. But I do definitely see that because of the deflation, if there's going to be a lot of transactions inherently for the long period of time, the value of the token is going to be going up. But that is pretty much my rundown of these very interesting and exciting Polkadot projects. Please consider dripping token support in Polkadot or Kusama, for instance. Goes a long way to support the content creators like us who do most of this stuff for free. And I'm going to be leaving all the links to their websites down below in the description in case you want to take a look at that. Obviously, there's going to be a lot more other Polkadot projects which have a lot of promising returns and are probably going to be growing. I think a lot of them are going to be going up in the future. But these are the ones that haven't been talked about that much among a lot of people. So I thought I would be covering them on this video. Thanks for watching, and I will be seeing you guys on the next video. Cheers.